In this video, you will learn about on-site support, which is a solution for e-commerce sellers who want to provide professional support experience for their customers. It's an amazing solution for Amazon sellers who want to have this yellow button, Get Product Support, for their customers in their order page. And when customers click the yellow button, they get on this on-site support's landing page, which is triggering your support team to help customers. And the best part, this kind of solution helps to reduce refunds by 68%, I believe. If you want to try on-site support, you will find the links and offer below in the description. And this video is part of the Demo Mondays video series, where we invite different Amazon software creators to show their solutions just like this on the screen. So let's learn about on-site support. Hello, Joseph. It's nice to have you here. Could you please tell us more about on-site support? What problem does it solve for Amazon sellers?
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Very excited to be here. So right off the bat, on-site support. The goal of on-site support is to help brands for the very first time provide customer support to not only the Amazon customer, but to all the customers on all the different e-com. So we have built a help desk platform, a destination for support for all e-commerce channels. And we have a special integration with Amazon that I'd love to definitely go deeper into today.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn more about how does it work with the Amazon. And before we jump into the screen, can you tell us what kind of Amazon sellers you're targeting with your solution?
Awesome. So we're definitely targeting more of a mid-tier Amazon seller, somebody who's doing probably over $750,000 plus per year. The reason being so is at that point, they most likely have a significant number of sales coming in. Usually a return rate will average between 3 and 5%. Sometimes it can be as high as 10 to 12%. And they're looking to make an investment in reducing that number of returns and all the cost of those returns.
And since our audience are very international, they sell in different regions of Amazon. Does your tool support different marketplaces and regions of Amazon?
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. So I think we're ready to jump to your tool or to your presentation and learn more about how this can be helpful for Amazon businesses.
Okay, cool. So a little bit of background. About a year ago, Amazon reached out to me. I was representing a pretty big brand, and Amazon reached out to me to try and see if maybe they would like to start providing support. They wanted to start providing support on one of our products that we were selling. And they wanted to maybe charge us a per ticket fee in order to communicate with the customers to try to get them to troubleshoot, their microwaves, their air conditions. And I thought that was a very silly idea. I'm not going to give Amazon more control over my business. What do they know about microwaves? And what do they know about air conditions? It'll probably lead to a lot more issues than solutions. So what we pitched them was, what if we put the brands in touch with the customers, but we are only going to be providing support. We are not going to be trying to sell other products. We're not going to do anything out of TOS, just support. And if we can put the customer in touch with the brand, now they can troubleshoot issues, learn how to use the product properly, get missing pieces or parts that would have instead have been a full return. Instead, the brand taking care of that issue totally out of Amazon, taking care of that issue and cutting down a lot of the costs, because a lot of people don't realize just how expensive an FBA return is. So this is the Amazon's order page that you can see on the screen. You go to Amazon, you buy something on Amazon, you're unhappy. Within those first 12 seconds, somebody really decides, am I keeping it or is it going back in the box? And Amazon made it maybe too easy. With one click, you get that label and it goes right back to Amazon. If you're a little bit more upset, you click write a product review and before you know it, you share it with the whole world. What we were able to implement was Amazon adding this bright yellow Get Product Support button. What this button serves to do is redirect the customers to a branded landing page. These landing pages are built to educate the customer in this particular scenario, teach a customer how to use this pretty complicated basketball hoop so that the customers can then go ahead and install it properly. In other scenarios, maybe like a sandal, there's not much education to be had when it comes to wearing your sandals, but with regards to, things breaking, not living up to the expectations when you purchased it, giving the customers that ability to speak to the brand. If you can see on the page here, the customer is venting out their frustration. They bought this item. It broke just after 2 weeks. It's supposed to be a rugged sandal, and they did not get the experience they were looking for. We are connected to the API, so all of the order data, when they ordered it, if it's still within its return window, is all present on the screen so that the brand has everything they need to provide that instant support. The goal, obviously, is to make the customer happy, and I'll explain why in a little bit from a financial standpoint, how that makes sense. Even if you give them a free product, it still makes sense to avoid that FBA return, and we'll definitely go into it in just a bit. But as you can see, the brand goes back and forth with the customer. The customer came in extremely upset. Before I post a review on Amazon, I want to give you a chance to respond. And then the customer, maybe used a template or whatever it is, and it turned into, thanks for providing true customer support. Something that OnSite does is, we build all these landing pages. So a brand doesn't necessarily have the team and the tools to go ahead and build a support page. We're all very busy as Amazon sellers. So part of what we offer is helping brands craft and build these landing pages, loading it up with all the support contents, the knowledge base, helping them integrate with the live chat. If they can't handle the live chat, setting up the submit a ticket. We also run, audits for brands so that we can find out what their most common issues are. This particular brand, instead of breaking it out by category or by product, they broke it out by issues. And now customers are able to, the click of a button, get that replacement piece, replacement part. Something was damaged, dented, they didn't know how to use it. We're trying to give as much clarity to the customer as possible to self-educate, but if they can't self-educate, at least get in touch with the brand via live chat or via submit a ticket so that they can get the help they were looking for. Just to talk about some of what we've been seeing from a numbers perspective. So just last month, and it's already up from the month before, 300,000 people have been clicking this Get Product Support button. Of those Get Product Support button clicks, according to our representatives at Amazon, 68% of the people that are clicking the button do not go back to Amazon to return the product. That doesn't mean they didn't return it or get taken care of by the brand. What it means is that they didn't go back to FBA to submit a return. And the significance behind that, just so that you can kind of see the numbers a little, because nobody really does this type of math. And I never did it myself until, I was in this business. But I'm going to present right now the numbers, the dollars and cents behind an FBA return and how damaging it is on a brand's bottom line. So we all know you buy a product on Amazon, you have the retail, you have the referral fee, 15 to 18%. There's a shipping fee that we all know about. Amazon they charge you storage depending on how long you have the product in the center. You have costs of the product. I didn't even put ads in there because everyone has a different ad strategy. But on a $30 retail, you'd be lucky if you were making $5 to $6 at the end of the day net. And that's even being, generous. What happens when someone receives something and it didn't live up to their expectation? One click of a button, they click that return button. At that point, from this point forward, Amazon takes back the $29. On top of that, they do not give back the $7.65. This FBA fee gets charged and does not get returned back to you on an Amazon return. So additionally, 42%, according to our data so far, of the products that are returned to Amazon get back to their fulfillment center in unsellable status. So now you basically, if you think about it, paid to send a damaged product from a customer back to Amazon so that you could then go ahead and maybe dispose of it or run a removal order and send it back to your warehouse. So you're paying to send a broken product back to Amazon. If you do the math, and we've done it dozens and dozens of times, in the particular scenario with just an Amazon return, in this scenario, you lost $21. It would take about 3 sales to make up for that one loss. So one return eats up 3 profitable sales. If you were to go ahead and shift towards and even giving the customer a brand new unit. So at this point here, you are at a profit of $5 to $6. You decide, hey, I'm going to give this customer a free item. Keep the one you have. I'm going to send you another one. You can utilize Amazon's FBA network, so an MCF order, ship out a new MCF order from your Amazon inventory, or if you can, ship it from your warehouse, probably cost you a little bit less in fulfillment. Even if you give another free product, you can cut the return cost by nearly half. We've seen that customers that take advantage of communicating with the customer, so brands that take advantage of communicating with the customer, are cutting their return costs in half because they're not losing the FBA fee. They're saving the profits from that initial sale. They don't have to pay any removal orders. Some categories have a return processing fee. It's been totally revolutionary. Getting brands to give the customer a free item, and in return, they're saving at the end of the day. The customer is gaining, the brand is saving, and they're able to go ahead and take that customer who is about to leave, a filthy review on their page and turn them into someone that, may even come back for more. We have dozens and dozens of use cases, which I'll definitely go into one or two today, but there's so many different examples. People are missing pieces. People are missing parts. People didn't get the instruction manual. Someone is using a standing desk. I saw this one today, and it was stuck in the upright position. So now he can't get a standing desk to come down. So what did the brand do? They sent out a control panel, or they sent out, instructional videos on how to use the item. Someone has their microwave and they can't put the product, the glass plate into the slot properly, and the brand just quickly shows them how to do it. In all those scenarios, they definitely saved an unhappy customer, but you're saving money. This software pays for itself because what we're doing is we're giving brands for the first time the ability to communicate with the e-commerce customer, to educate him and to communicate with them to prevent returns and negative reviews. It's a mouthful, but that's definitely, that's the mission statement, giving brands that ability to do so. What we try and do is take the labor out of it. So we build these engaging landing pages built for customers to want to either educate themselves or get in touch with the brand. We love e-commerce. We're in e-commerce. So we make sure it has all the data you need. The API data is crucial, with specific clicks of buttons to cancel orders, replace orders, send a notification to your warehouse. We want it to be quick, easy, and fast so that brands, don't get bogged down with this extra superpower that they have. You don't want to end up having it cost you time. So we built it for e-commerce to allow you to be doing this extremely quickly. It's integrated not just with Amazon. So we have the yellow button on Amazon, but it's connected to all the different buyer-seller messages that you have. So Etsy, Shopify, we have a ton of different integrations with Shopify. Changing orders, canceling orders, changing addresses, Walmart, eBay, Amazon, Newegg, Backmarket, all of those tickets come into one box. And of course, if you have a Facebook, an Instagram, Twitter, if you're getting messages there too, all of your tickets, the goal is for all of your tickets to come into one inbox. In that one inbox, you'll have all of your tickets. We can create smart folders for each type of a ticket that comes in. And then your team gets through it, makes the customer happy, and turns those returns into replacements, or at best, stopping the return as a whole. That would be great. That'd be fantastic. So I know that was definitely a mouthful. I want to, before jumping into more, give you just, if you have some questions, if you need some clarity, if something wasn't clear.
Yeah, I would like to ask, what are the requirements for Amazon seller to get this set up? Do they need to have a brand registry and so on?
Great question. So you need to be brand registered. Amazon currently has it broken down by category. So you don't necessarily have to have brand registry for the entire brand. So if you license brands, you can have, home and kitchen for this particular brand, and the button would show up for those particular products. And this button would only show up on FBA orders. Currently, FBA or 1P, so Vendor Central, those orders would have this yellow button. So instead of just return, you would now have get product support.
And when someone clicks on that yellow button, the customer is redirected to a website landing page inside the Amazon domain, or how does it work?
So it's actually an external page that we build for the brand on our domain name. So it'll be, headphones, or I guess we'll do the brand name. So, AT&T.onsitesupport.io, and that'll be the brand landing page. The reason we do that is because Amazon goes through a very thorough process in making sure each landing page is not selling products on that page. We've onboarded hundreds of brands at this point. So by using our domain, it's more of a trusted provider. We are their exclusive partner currently. So using our domain definitely expedites the process.
And can Amazon seller use your support landing page for orders made on Shopify or other places outside Amazon?
Yes, you can have it added to your website. Of course. So it is a website you can put anywhere you want. The chatbot can be placed anywhere you want. Additionally, what brands are doing is they're also we have TOS compliant QR codes. So they're taking QR codes, they're putting it on packaging. Customers are scanning it, getting redirected, installation videos straight to the installation section of the website. People are putting warranty registrations on the site. So now they're able to gather all of the emails and contacts and of course have those in their system. So if somebody reaches out with a warranty extension or whatever it is, or a warranty question, or they have issues, you can gather that data in the tool as well. And you're allowed to send them back to Amazon. So one of the things there is, view your Amazon store after you provided good support, click of a button, right back to Amazon.
And what is needed for Amazon seller to maintain this kind of support landing page? Do they need to employ a separate person? Do they get the email notifications where they can log into your portal and respond to the inquiries?
Yeah, so we have a few different ways. People love Slack. So we actually have a Slack integration where you don't even have to sign in anywhere. You'll just get all your messaging in Slack. You can get a Google Chrome notification in the top right of your screen. Hey, you just got a message. Email is another way that you can get it. We have a lot of different integrations that work. And then, of course, all the data is exportable. So we love analytics and reporting. You go ahead and you export all of your tickets by product, by brand, by type of issue. There's so many different features. Another feature that we have is international support. So we'll go ahead and build these landing pages in English, but we'll also build them if you sell in other marketplaces in Spanish, in French. The chatbot that you interact with as a brand is in English or in any language, and it automatically translates back and forth with the customer. So you don't need to jump into Google Translate and jump there. It's built for the e-com customer who is already as busy as possible.
Yeah, cool. Amazing. Thank you. And do you have a few more cases to show?
Yeah, I could definitely show you some scenarios that were extremely successful. Some of them are funny, but I'll show you some more. Let's jump in. So this is there's so many different cases that you can use it. So obviously missing parts, missing pieces, something comes in damaged. In those scenarios, of course, you don't want that unit going back to FBA. People are also identifying issues because a lot of times now you're able to identify an issue you didn't know you had before. This is a particular brand. They sell a 12-pack. So now someone receives a 12-pack. One of them is damaged out of the 12. What happens? Someone throws all 12 back in the box, sends it right out. So now that's a $60, $70 loss. What could have happened? Get in touch with the brand. Okay, I'm going to send you one piece. That one piece replacement cost them $6. They ship out their replacement. They just saved on 11 other items. You would have lost all 12 now because Amazon's not going to know which one. It's just going as an unsellable unit. Of course, we were able to jump in and resolve that issue. That turned into a $128,000 reduction. This is one of our oldest customers. From last year to this year, they were able to cut out $128,000 in losses just in replacement units instead of the whole, only doing it on some. And those tickets that came in, I need a replacement piece. There was a defective solar cap. It arrived shattered. Any scenario where the product can arrive damaged. In grocery is a big category where, from a returns perspective, customers, I don't even know if you know this, customers are not allowed to return products. I didn't know this as a grocery customer. So you buy, a pack of gummies sometimes, those vitamins, and then it arrives spoiled, melted, or expired. And you go ahead and you go to Amazon to return it. There's no return button. Sorry, this is a non-returnable button. What are they doing? They're rushing to the return section. I can't believe it. This is the worst gummy ever. It came spoiled and it tasted terrible. For all of those customers, that yellow button now gives them that power to, hey, I'm so sorry that happened. We know Amazon doesn't allow returns, but we're going to return it anyway. You just turn that customer into a raving reviewer as opposed to someone that was about to, trash on you. So in all those scenarios, you're flipping the customer completely on its head. I'll show you another one that was really cool. Just again, learning issues before they turn into massive issues. This is a particular brand. They sell a pizza oven. So now They have like 500 units sitting at FBA, a brand new product launch, and the oven doesn't turn on. So this is terrible. 500 pieces at FBA. This is like a $200,000-$300,000 loss. The oven doesn't work. This is going to be terrible. We were able to create a page for them really quickly. In 24 hours, we built this page for them. Now they're a lot nicer. These are one of our initial customers, but within 24 hours, we spit it out. We added this, submit a replacement claim. We put an announcement. If you have an issue with the igniter, please click here. Customer put in their name and address, gets an instant replacement part straight from the warehouse. We set it up where, again, we love e-com, so we got to make it efficient. Warehouse shipped out 498 customers reached out to the brand out of the 500, and they were able to sell through the product, get out of it. They didn't buy from the factory again, but it could be a lifeboat. It's definitely a way to stop negative reviews. It's a way to reduce all of your return costs, maybe by even half. Like I mentioned, if you can shift the returns to replacements, even if you're giving free items, you'll be able to stop 40 to 50% of the reviews. And a lot of customers come in, they don't know what their return issues are, or they think, oh, I have a very low return rate. Whatever that is, you can still reduce it. And the software pays for itself, and then 10 times that in the different savings of return costs, and then all the reviews that you're about to stop, and then just building a brand loyalty. But you had a brand, someone, an old man, he came in, I bought this microwave and I can't believe it. I can't even carry it down the stairs. The brand took care of it, and you got to see the review that this guy left on Amazon. It's a game changer. It's a new power that you never had before. To recap, we build the pages. So someone signs up, they decide they want to sign up. They pay an onboarding fee. It's usually $400. That takes care of the build and the automations and the integrations and the website design. We have a special coupon code, which we'll announce at the end, or a link that we'll share. But someone signs up, we start building that page. We meet with you. We find out why most of your products are returned. We build the site to cater to those needs, to address those issues. That takes about a few days. At the same time, we enroll your brand in the Amazon program. Eventually, within about a week or so, maybe 10 days, Amazon will be ready, we'll be ready. And then you start getting tickets come through to your Amazon, to your help desk platform. You can also set it up if you sell on all the other channels right from the start. From day one, you can connect it to Walmart, Shopify, eBay, Newegg, Back Market, Amazon buyer seller messaging, email, social channels. So all of your tickets come into one spot. So it's an e-desk, it's a help desk built for e-com with, of course, that Amazon superpower, and it's done for you. So, we do the heavy lifting and we allow you to just provide the support.
Yeah, amazing. And as you said, it really works in the European marketplaces as well. I shopped several technical items in the last months, and I see yellow button, but it goes to a chat with Amazon directly.
So that was that feature that I was telling you initially. Amazon pitched it to us. I mean, they still went with it, even though I told them it doesn't make sense. But I guess some of the other vendors, Amazon loved, they're still pushing it. They're reaching out to 1P vendors, not 3P. So they're reaching out to 1P vendors and they're offering them this service. But, I don't recommend that. Not just because of our program, but just, what's Amazon going to do to solve a technical issue? And they extend the return window to 90 days. That's one of their prerequisites too.
And but if let's say in my orders, I don't see that it would redirect to your website, but if a brand owner configures properly, the same yellow button will next time redirect to the on your website, right? Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So just wanted to warn that, especially those thinking that this button is always associated with your site, but it depends on how you set up.
Right. So Amazon is reaching out to 1P vendors to try to still sell them that same component of, we'll take care of support for you and we'll charge you per ticket or whatever it is. And we're offering to 3P sellers, FBA, brand registered accounts, the ability to redirect it to a support landing page. Not a selling page, a support landing page.
Amazing. And you mentioned a few times that it pays off the cost. Can you give us an overview of the pricing of this tool?
Yeah, so it's $299 a month. There's no annual contract. There is a savings if you pay annually. I think you get 2 free months. but it's $2.99 a month to month. It includes 3 agents, so you can have 3 customer support reps signing in. We'll go ahead and take care of that subscription. We'll also cover any future design work we need to go ahead and take care of for you. If we'll teach you how to add to the knowledge base and make changes to the website, but some people like to rely on us and we're there. So if you need to make tweaks, you have more products that you launched, we'll go ahead and continuously add that. It's unlimited tickets, unlimited ASINs, unlimited marketplaces, the live chat, which you can take on Shopify. So all the features are included. There's nothing limited there. And that's it. You decide how you want it being built. So you can have all of your brands on one page. You can have a separate page per brand. So that's all customizable as well.
And there is a drag and drop builder for landing pages, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to ask if you are planning any kind of future features to release to your users, but maybe it's like final product, you are just polishing and improving the system.
Obviously, I don't want to say if everyone's looking at ChatGPT, how are we getting? So something that we're starting to work on is ChatGPT, or an AI type platform, to be able to read and know what your knowledge base has. So you feed it all the information from your knowledge base, and then the chatbot would be able to respond on your behalf, already knowing all the product information that you have. So you upload all your manuals and transcriptions of your video and stuff like that. And then maybe I guess ChatGPT would be able to respond. But there's definitely more immediate features that we're working on, and more marketplaces, more integrations. So that's, on a back burner. It's something that we're thinking about, but there's a lot more features coming. And Amazon also is working on a lot of new features too.
Perfect. So thank you very much, Joseph. And if some of the viewers would like to use your service, the offer is?
Yeah, so 50% off of the onboarding. So usually it was $400. We're going to knock off 50% off. We're going to give you a coupon code and a meeting link. If anybody has, further questions, or they're curious how this would apply to their specific type of product line. If you're in apparel, how would it help you? We have all the info. We'll share it. We'll share that link too.
Perfect. Amazing. And all the links and coupon codes you'll find below in the description. Thank you very much, Joseph, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I think that on-site support is an amazing solution, and it's very one of a kind in the industry. If you would like to sign up and try them, check the link below in the description. Also, as we said, you will get 50% off the onboarding fee. And Joseph mentioned that they are planning to integrate AI in their service. And I wanted now to invite you to watch other video where our guest Chris Rawlings is talking about ChatGPT and how this AI tool you can use in your Amazon business. Check this out.